I don't understand what just happened here, but Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis were traded just a few hours ago in what I can only describe as the most stunning trade in NBA history. So I found out about this trade from my dad when as I went home, I bought some kimchi, bought some groceries, bought some vegetables. I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier. My dad calls me from out of nowhere. And if you know my dad never calls me for anything except if something bad happened, like a loss in the family or whatnot. So I got scared. And he told me that Luka Doncic was traded for Anthony Davis. And I was like, how is that possible? He told me my uncles forwarded him something on Facebook, and I was like, no way, this can't be real. It's another one of these old guys getting tricked by the Facebook misinformation. But I quickly went to Twitter and saw that it was indeed real. So my first reaction was, what in the actual F? Alright, Luka for Anthony Davis, there's got to be a number of draft compensations, right? Maybe Austin Reeves is in there. You know, maybe a couple of pick swaps, the 29 and the 31 first round pick. But no, it's Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and one of the Morris twins for essentially Max Christie, a good player, Anthony Davis, and I think the 2029 first round pick. And my first reaction was, that's not enough. We're talking about Luka Doncic here, perennial MVP candidate, not even in his prime yet, has his conditioning issues to figure out before he realizes his full potential, and we'll go back to that point later on. But even then, he's probably had one of the best starts to any career in NBA history. Maybe just LeBron James is the only other guy that I can think of that has reached similar heights such as Luka has in the start of their career. And the Mavericks are giving that up for 30 to 31-year-old Anthony Davis, who's always hurt. A 2029 first round pick, which at this point, if the Lakers keep Luka, you're thinking that's not as attractive as you thought it might be. And Max Christie? Ain't no way. This is GM malpractice. Luka Doncic is in a tier of players who you don't trade for unless it's someone of equal value or they're giving up the entire boat to get Luka Doncic. And I'm talking about Luka for guys like Jokic, guys like SGA. You know, Tatum is arguable. Maybe Giannis, right? These are the types of players you consider giving up for Luka Doncic. And if you're the Mavs, those are the only names that you'll get. And okay, maybe you get a secondary star like Anthony Davis, who's a great player still at this point. One of the best defenders in the league, can hold his own on offense for sure. Great pairing with Kyrie Irving. But AD isn't in that tier. Hasn't been there for a while. Maybe the last time was the 2020 bubble run. So if you're getting AD, you're thinking, okay, give me Austin Reeves, give me 2029, give me 2031 first round picks. Let's start from there. But no, apparently for the Mavs, it was okay. We'll take Max Christie, we'll take Anthony Davis, and we'll take one first round pick. And what we're hearing from guys like Mark Stein and guys like Brian Windhorst and guys like Shams is that, you know, the Lakers were the only team that the Mavericks approached. And that's kind of nuts, because if you opened up the Luka Doncic sweepstakes, you've got teams probably like the Thunder who's gonna open up the farm in terms of the first round picks and assets to trade for Luka. As uncomfortable as that trade might be, you're gonna get teams like the Pelicans who are gonna... I don't know how they make that trade. You gotta start with Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, all the first round picks that you can get. And, you know, I'm not including Zion there, but, you know, that's the framework of the trade. Maybe include a third team in there. But for Nico Harrison to make this trade without exploring the other offers that are out there, for Nico Harrison to make this trade when Luka Doncic just took the team to the finals, for Nico Harrison to make this trade with Luka Doncic at 25 years old, still a ways away from his true athletic prime, is just nuts to me. And while the Mavs still made out to be a better team than the Lakers at this point, they're definitely a more complete team than the Lakers. You just don't let a franchise generational type player like Luka Doncic slip for Anthony Davis, a first round pick, and Max Christie. That's just unheard of. So for the Mavericks, I don't know what the vision is here. Are they looking at maybe adding another win now and piece? Because, Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis are sort of in that same age timeline. And, those two aren't necessarily the most available players in the league. So you got to maximize that window. And Klay Thompson, as a win now piece, fits right in there. But I'm not sure that core is going to get you to the next level. Maybe Kyrie has an insane run, but we've seen that in his run with Boston and in his run with Dallas, there have been teams that have been able to put the clamps on Kyrie. So for the Mavericks, is Jimmy Butler the next step in this trade? Is a piece like that something you might want to consider? I don't know. All I'm saying is, as bad as the conditioning issues of Luka are, and we know it, he doesn't necessarily put a primary focus on his fitness. You give him time to figure out he's young enough. Maybe you invest in more resources to get him a little bit more healthy. I don't know what you do, but it's something that you need to do before taking the nuclear option of trading Luka Doncic. And for the Lakers, I just can't believe that the Lakers go from Shaq and Kobe to Kobe and Pau to LeBron for some lucky reason, because LeBron wanted to go to LA, to LeBron and AD, now to LeBron and Luka, and maybe Luka and another superstar in the future. I'm just gonna say this, the Lakers keep getting a lot of these superstar players, and that is a credit to the Lakers as one of the glamour franchises, but also you gotta give Rob Pelinka credit. Pulled something out of his ass another time. The Lakers don't look like a particularly strong team right now, especially without that front court depth. They got some good pieces in Vando, Dorian Finney-Smith, but they don't have a true center, and I think that's the next step that they're looking to. Maybe they make a call to Golden State to see if Draymond Green is still a generational defensive player. I'm not sure that won't be enough. Maybe they add Kevon Looney out there. I don't know how that, flips things in their favor. I know that they have dreams on Miles Turner, but maybe someone like, DeAndre Ayton or a healthy Rob Williams might be the answer. Maybe the Minnesota Timberwolves are trying to look to get out of that Rudy Gobert type deal. I don't know. These are the things that they have to explore, because they have probably the smartest and greatest two sets of playmakers in Luka and LeBron right now. And if you add Austin Reeves out there, that's a pretty great playmaking trio, but also a defensively shaky trio. So they're going to need some front court reinforcements. But the Lakers are not that far off. They got some pieces to work with. They still got 1 first-round picks, maybe some pick swaps. Maybe they get that Walker Kessler deal that they wanted. But man, this is probably the most stunning transaction since the KD free agency signing, and definitely the craziest trade in my lifetime in nearly 3 decades of following the NBA. What an insane timeline. Luka Doncic is now a Los Angeles Laker, and the league better watch out.